Hi, everyone. My name is Karaven Guevara, and I am the program director for the Early Childhood Center here at AAMA. With me, I have Miss Phyllis Cordero. She is my lead teacher for my Toddler 1 classroom. She's here to translate for me and help me give you guys all this great and additional information about our center. So let's get started.
Hola, buenos días. Ella se llama Miss Raven Guevara. Ella es la directora del Centro de AAMA Early Childhood. Y yo me llamo Félix Cordero. Yo soy la maestra de los niños de la edad 18 meses a 24 meses. Y vamos a comenzar con la junta.
So, a frequent question that we are asked is, where is our child care center located? So, we are located at 6001 Gulf Freeway, Houston, Texas, 77023.
Estamos localizados a las 6001 Gulf Freeway, Houston, Texas, 77023, la salida Wayside.
Yes. Our hours of operation are from 6 a.m. to 6:30 p.m.
El horario de nosotros estamos abiertos es a las 6 de la mañana a las 6:30 de la noche.
Who is the center director? So, as I stated before, I am the center director here at the Early Childhood Center. I have been with AAMA now for about 5 months, and it has been a pleasure to be able to serve this organization as well as the East End community.
Ella es la directora, ha estado aquí en el centro por unos 5 meses y ella está muy emocionada de estar aquí para ayudar el extremo de comunidad este y la escuela de AMA.
What is the history of the center? So the center actually opened February 12th, 1999. And so it opened to actually service the teen moms for George Sanchez Charter School. And so with that, we were able to ensure that our teen parents was able to get their high school diploma, and we still service them after they graduated high school. Recently, of course, with COVID, the center had closed. And so we've reopened this last month to be able to serve not only George Sanchez High School, but to be able to service the East End community as well as the greater Houston area.
AMA está abierto el 12 de febrero 1999
Sí.
para servir las mamás, para servir las mamás adolescentes, para que ellos puedan quedar enrollados en la escuela para completar y graduar. Ya el año pasado con COVID tenemos que cerrar, pero ya estamos abiertos otra vez para ayudar y para darle servicios a la comunidad del del extremo de los estudiantes de AMA y la comunidad de todo Houston.
Do we have any accreditations or affiliations? That's a great question. So we are actually one center that is a part of less than 2% of childcare centers in the United States. So we are NACCE certified and accredited, and NACCE stands for the National Association for the Education of Young Children. We are also a Texas Rising Star 4, which means that we surpass the minimum standards. We surpass the quality of care that most child care centers give. We are also a United Way Bright Beginning Center.
Nosotros estamos acreditados de NACCE, the Association for the National Education of Young Children. Nosotros también estamos acreditados del Texas Rising Star. Tenemos 4 estrellas que dice que nosotros estábamos arriba del minimum standards, y también nosotros son una escuela de United Way Bright Beginnings, y el centro trabaja con ellos sobre de los niños.
What do you serve for meals and snacks, or do parents need to provide food? So, this is another great question. Our parents do not have to supply anything. We do ask, however, that you bring a water bottle. However, our meals are provided by GIS's nutritional department, and then we service breakfast, lunch, AM snack, and PM snack.
Ah, aquí en la escuela, los papás no necesitan traer comida para los niños porque les dan de desayunar, el lonche y snack para después de la escuela. Pero si los papás quieren, ellos pueden traer comida que ellos saben que los niños van a comer. Y la comida está de la cafetería de la escuela y todo es del Departamento Nutricional del Estado de Texas.
Can parents drop by whenever they like or swing by to breastfeed? What are your visitation policies in general? And who else is allowed to visit during care? This is a great question, especially during COVID times, as well as just in general. We have some great news for you guys. So I'll break it up first with when parents can drop by. So our latest arrival time is 9:30 a.m. And this is to ensure that the instructional time is not interrupted for any reason.
Para que los papás pueden visitar lo más tarde posible de dejar los niños es a las 9:30 de la mañana para que no interruptar las clases de los niños.
We do allow moms who are breastfeeding to come and do so as they need to.
Y sí deja que las mamás que le están dando pecho a los niños, que ellos pueden visitar. Hay un salón que está separado de todos los otros salones donde ellos le pueden dar.
We've also created a safe place for you to be able to nourish your child that's private and that's comfortable for you.
Yes, I said that.
Oh, I'm sorry. And also, in order to visit our center, and this is outside of moms who are breastfeeding, who we know would be coming, you must call first and make an appointment. This is to keep everyone safe. We do temperature checks at the door. We also require all of our visitors to wash their hands as well.
Para las mamás y para los papás que quieren visitar, necesita hacer una appointment para que ellos pueden visitar el centro porque con COVID todo necesita checar la temperatura y lavarse las manos en la puerta.
How and how often do you sanitize the toys and materials used by children? That is a great question, especially right now. So we're old school. We sanitize all of our toys and all high trafficked surfaces with bleach and water. That's the best way to kill, the germs. And our teachers do it around the clock. So every hour they're sanitizing, as well as in the evening time, we have a cleaning company that actually comes and they do a sanitation as well once everyone leaves and the building is clear. So they're able to touch every single surface that we are unable to touch.
Para sanitizar los juguetes, cada hora las maestras lo limpian los juguetes con cloro y agua. Nosotros hacemos diferentes botes de cloro y agua para sanitizar todos los juguetes. Y al fin del día viene una compañía para limpiar y sanitizar con cosas más fuertes para ayudar al centro que no se pega el COVID.
What degrees or certification does your staff have, and what trainings do they have? Do you conduct background checks on all your employees? That is a great question. Whoever sent that in, that is a really awesome question. So, of course, all of the staff members here at AAMA, not just within ECC, does have a background check. Us in particular, we run an FBI background check, and our staff members are fingerprinted.
Todos los empleados aquí sí tiene el background check, no más de del localizado, pero de FBI, y también sacaron los fingerprints.
And so all of our staff members actually have 50 plus hours of continuing education hours. This is a standard, not just once a year, you know, this is throughout. Because we are a Bright Beginnings center, they also have to go through additional trainings on top of the minimum 24 hours worth of training that childcare licensing has. This is what helps us continue to provide a better quality of early childhood education to our community.
Todas las maestras tienen más de 50 horas de entrenamientos y todo el año tiene que estar certificados en diferentes cosas para estar arriba de todas las maestras para enseñar a los niños lo más, tiene más de 3 años de how do you say it? De ser maestras.
Okay, and then to add on to that, all of our teachers actually have their child development associate. And two of my teachers are actually certified to be child care directors as well. They give top notch care, you know, within the classroom, but as well as in the office. So, you know, they continue to work towards building their portfolio as they grow.
Dos de las maestras también están certificados para ser directoras, pero ellas prefieren estar en el salón con los niños. Y todos los maestras tienen el CDA, que es el Child Development Associates.
How long has the current staff been there? And do you experience high employee turnover? That is a really good question. One thing that I am really proud of as far as being with this organization is the low staff turnover, especially within the early childhood center. So, two of my staff members, Miss Alba, which a lot of you know, as well as Miss Ruby, have actually been with our center for 10 years. They're going into their 11th year here with our center. And Miss Alba actually graduated from George Sanchez High School. And so then we have Miss Phyllis, who's here. She's been with our center for 3 years. And so one thing that I've got to learn over these last couple of months that I've been here, which has only been a short time, is that all of the teachers have been so dedicated with this particular organization that they stay. And it shows a lot, you know, their dedication not only to the students, but the parents, but then the organization and the community as a whole.
Antes que el centro cerró el año pasado, dos de las maestras ha estado aquí 10 años. Este año va a ser el año 11. Yo tiene 3 años aquí en la escuela y muchas de las maestras quedan porque ellos les gustan estar aquí. Ellos les gustan la comunidad y como el centro siente como familia. Miss Alba, ella graduó de la escuela George I. Sánchez y regresó para ser maestra aquí en la escuela de Early Childhood.
How do you keep parents up to date on their kids' daily activities or behavior? And do you offer a daily report? So the answer is yes. We offer a daily report, and then we keep the parents up to date with their students' progress by the app. It's called Brightwheel. And so they are able to, one, sign their child in and out. They're able to do their health checks there. They're able to get pictures. They're able to get pictures in the application as well. If there's anything that's going on, for instance, if the child might fall and get a boo-boo, then we're able to put a boo-boo report, or we have kudo reports. So when the child does something really good, like help a friend out when a friend is crying, then we're able to notify the parents as well. This is also how they get direct messages from me outside of direct communication via when we see them at drop-off and pickup.
Para comunicar con los papás, hay una aplicación que se llama Brightwheel. Es la aplicación que ahí los papás pueden mandar mensajes para checar cómo está el niño durante el día. Nosotros podemos mandar fotos, videos. Bravo, tu hijo hizo del baño, o ay, tu hijo es un buen amigo, alguien estaba llorando y tu hijo se fue para preguntar cómo está mi amigo. Ahí los papás pueden preguntar a la directora si ellos necesitan algo, o la directora puede mandar notas y comunicarse con todas las papás en la misma vez si nosotros tenemos algo que va a pasar aquí sobre de, ay, si quieres pueden venir a ver los niños afuera o algo así.
What security measures do you take for your facility? No worries. Everyone is starting to call now. That's amazing. So one of the security
Yes.
measures that we take for our facility is we ask that parents actually we ask that they make an appointment with us, and particularly with me. So this is how you're able to get a tour. This is how you're able to get additional information. I pride myself on giving one-on-one time with our parents, and we do not have direct access to the building for parents. So in order for you to even get into the building, you must be buzzed in, and there's a pre-screening that must take place. So that's how we're able to keep our students safe. We're able to keep our staff safe, and not just a early childhood protocol, but this is also a protocol for GIS and for AAMA as well whenever you're entering the building.
Para que alguien pueda visitar, necesita hacer cita con la directora. Puede mandar mensajes sobre el correo electrónico o puede llamar al teléfono de ella, de la oficina, para hacer cita. Todos los puertos quedan cerrados y atrancados por afuera porque toda la gente que quiere visitar necesitan tomar la temperatura y lavarse las manos. Si quieren explorar el centro, ella puede hacer una cita uno por uno para enseñar las papás cómo está el centro, todos los salones, y ella le gusta estar uno por uno y hablar con las papás para que ellos estén seguros que todo está seguro en la escuela aquí. No es el protocolo de nomás el centro de AAMA Early Childhood, es el protocolo de toda la escolar.
That's great. Are you licensed? Are you accredited, and by whom? So we are licensed by the Health and Human Services Commission, and our license started in 1999, and so we've been able to continue that license on. We are accredited, as previously stated, by NACI.
Sí, estamos de licencia del Health and Human Services, la Health and Human Services Commission Child Care Regulation desde el 1999, y como les dijeron antes, también ya estamos acreditados de NACI, de Texas Rising Star y de United Way Bright Beginnings.
Yes. And so how can I apply? That's great too. So you can apply by calling to scheduling an appointment to get an application, or you can call and I can email you an application.
¿Cómo puede aplicar? Puedes hacer una llamada al número de la directora, o puedes mandar mensaje sobre correo electrónico. Puede hablar a la escuela para hacer una cita para levantar una aplicación.
How long is the application process? So the application process takes about 24 hours, and that's depending if the parent does have all the required documentation. Because we are a research center, we're also a community-based center. We require a lot of documents to keep our center open and to be able to continue to serve the general public. And so for that reason, if a parent does not have those documents, then we ask that the parents get those required documents within 5 business days, because that's the time that we actually hold your child's.
El proceso de hacer la aplicación es cerca de 24 horas si las papás tienen todos los documentos que necesitan. Si por alguna razón las papás no tienen todos los documentos, les dan 5 días para entregar todo lo que ellos necesitan, porque el centro es un centro de investigadores para aprender más sobre el niño.
Do you have a wait list? So at this time, I do not have a wait list. I've actually just opened up 15 additional spaces for our center. Now, with that being said, we're opening up our spaces slowly, and this is to not only ensure that our staff and students are safe and that we're actually able to accommodate these students, in a safe manner, because we don't want anyone to get sick or be exposed. So we're doing it on a needed basis. Once the current spaces fill up, then we'll begin to slowly open up additional spaces for those who have registered and pre-enrolled with us.
Ahorita nosotros no tenemos una lista de espera, pero se acaba de abrir 15 más espacios para los niños, porque muy despacito no están abiertos los salones para que asegurarse que las familias y los estudiantes, las maestras están seguros. Ahorita los espacios están abiertos para los papás que necesitan.
Yes. And then what does tuition look like for your center? Okay. So here at the Early Childhood Center, we've completely revamped our program. And so we pride ourselves on offering a higher quality of education that is available for families at a fraction of the cost. So when you hear things like our center is NACE certified, or we're a Texas Rising Star 4, you think that our center is expensive, and that's not the case. So we do have an income-based fee structure, and so that is to be able to service families regardless of their economic background.
Aquí en el centro nosotros ofrece la calidad de educación más alto posible para las familias a una fracción del coste. Nosotros aquí en la programa les dan prioridad, no prioridad, pero a las papás que necesitan ayuda económica, algunos si no trabajan muchas horas, se va sobre en un structure del income.
And so when we do have it available, we actually give scholarships to some of our families, for free childcare. And this is to help our community. We're not here to make any type of gain from this, except for gaining the smiles of our kids and gaining the smiles of our parents. And so with that being said, we have some exciting news. Isn't that right, Phyllis? So exciting news for me is I actually received a grant to be able to give some scholarships out to parents who enroll in the month of April. So if you enroll in the month of April, you will receive 30 days of free childcare, and that is to be able to service the community and to also help those who are in need, especially with the recent winter ice storm, and then with those who've lost their jobs due to COVID and who need childcare to be able to, look for additional work. And so for that, you can get additional information, and then I'll give the information once Phyllis translates.
Okay. Para el mes de abril, ella está muy emocionada porque ella tiene una promoción que ella pueden dar scholarships a los niños que necesitan, a las familias que perdieron trabajo durante el COVID, que perdieron trabajo o que tenía que moverse la casa con el helado que venía, que se pegó muy fuerte aquí en la ciudad de Houston. Ella pueden ayudar a las familias que necesitan ayuda con un scholarship.
And so before I go into giving the last part of the information, I do want to state that here at the Early Childhood Center, we still follow all COVID protocols. We pride ourselves at keeping our students safe. That is something that AAMA has put on us, is to ensure if we're going to open, we are going to keep these students safe. And so with that, our staff are still wearing masks, regardless of any mask order, we're still wearing masks. Actually, I can pride myself in saying that all of our staff members have been vaccinated. I am the last one to wait for my second dose. So I know I'm late. But, we pride ourselves on that. And even with ALMA, we're ensuring that all of our staff are vaccinated and that we're being safe. We're still social distancing. And so a part of the NACI accreditation is to ensure that we have lower classroom ratios. And so with that, for instance, with our infant classroom, we have a 2-to-1 ratio. The NACI standard is 3-to-1 or 2-to-6. And so we pride ourselves in being able to give that direct one-on-one time with our students, but to also ensure that they're safe. So of course, sanitizing, wearing masks, as I stated previously, social distancing, ensuring that our visitors are coming in, they're washing their hands, they're getting their temperature checks. And then I have a few more, but I'll let Ms. Phyllis translate that because it'll be a lot for her.
Estamos muy orgullosos aquí en AMA porque estamos aquí seguros porque todas las maestras y todos los maestras y los trabajadores aquí en el AMA Early Childhood ya tienen las vacunas. La directora es la única que se falta todavía la segunda, pero ya tiene la cita. Aquí todavía los otros usan las mascarillas. Ni sé que el gobierno de Texas dice que está bien, que no lo necesitan, nosotros sí los usamos aquí. Todavía los sigue igual con las cosas de lavando las manos, usar mascarilla, chequen la temperatura todo el día para asegurarse que todas las maestras y todos los estudiantes están seguros. En el salón de los infantiles es 2 infantiles con una maestra. Abajo de NACI dice que puede ser 3, pero nosotros aquí quiere ser 1 por 1 para enseñar a nosotros, para que nosotros aprender cómo trabaja el niño, para entender que el niño necesita extra care o algo así.
And so another protocol that we do have is before our staff enter the building, because they enter the building before our students do, is they actually have to fill out a form stating that they don't have any symptoms, and then they're pre-screened. And so, we start from the top. So we start with our staff members, myself included, getting that form filled out, then getting our temperatures checked. And that's not just a once a day thing. Our temperatures are checked throughout the day, whenever we exit the building, same way with washing our hands. So, we can't stress enough to be safe. Not only while we're here at work, but even at home. Everything that we do is with caution, because we're not just trying to protect ourselves, but we're trying to protect your children as well.
Antes que lleguen aquí en la escuela para trabajar, nosotros tenemos una aplicación que necesita llenar para estar segura que nosotros estamos protegiendo a nosotros y a los estudiantes. Y durante todo el día, nosotros checamos la temperatura. En la casa también nosotros cuidan nomás a nosotros, porque nosotros piensa necesita cuidar a los niños, a los estudiantes, para proteger a ellos también.
And so, lastly, if you are looking to enroll your child, get an application, get any additional information, or even just calling to chat, you can reach me one of three ways. You can call our reception area. It's 713-929-2441 or 713-929-2442. Oh, let's flip it. So 2442 is the reception line and 2441 is my direct line. Even when my parents come and join us, they actually have another form of contacting me. And so they sometimes call me on my cell phone, which is to keep an open communication even when I'm out of the building. So one or two numbers can be used to contact the center.
Si necesita levantar una aplicación, puede hablar a la secretaria del centro, el número 713-929-2442 o la línea de la directora es 713-929-2441.
And so then you can also email childcare@aama.org. And if you email that email address, then I'll be able to send you an application. And it also has the tuition fee structure on there. It also has the income guidelines on there as well for you to be able to review.
Y si quiere mandar correo electrónico, es en childcare@ama.org.
And so this concludes our question and answers. I am Craven Guevara, the Center Director, and this is Miss Phyllis Cordero. We thank you so much for joining us, and we really hope to be able to service your children and your families for years to come.
Y con esto ya se acabó las preguntas y ella es la directora y está muy emocionada de estar aquí para ayudar a la comunidad de AAMA y de Houston.
Bye.
Adiós.